All right, here we are once again, Brian Wilk, live and in concert, ready to go toe-to-toe with the Titan of Temptation here at this holiday season. Yes, it's that time. Everybody's gearing up, getting ready to go. One more day of work, and then it's off to the races for the family festivity and fun of fucking around a dinner table with people you don't really like anymore. That's not really my problem. I have a wonderful and loving family, and this year I'm going to bring in a whole bunch of other people, new people. Yep, it's going to be interesting. There's going to be the dance of the Sugar Plum Fairies, fucking around, trying to figure out how to play it cool. Fortunately, they've got me. I have managed to load my house up, move it all up, put it in storage, load up my car with the cool things that I wanted to keep around me. My daughter and her cool things she wanted to keep around her, and drive them to Minnesota, where it's colder than shit and there's snow on the ground. So here we go. Let's get it on. You know, the whole idea of you know, I'm just going to speak very frankly. I don't think much of individuals that are not willing to go out there and give it their all for something. I don't think much of individuals that spend all their time setting in preparation and an understanding of something outside themselves before they begin to embrace life. I think of it as cowardice. I absolutely think of it as cowardice. You know, I've been asked a lot, are you sure, Brian? Fuck no, I'm not sure. How can anybody be sure about anything? You know what you can be, though, is brave enough to try. Be brave enough to go do it. Once you're brave enough to go do things, saw the best thing today was awesome. You are a skeleton covered in a meat coating made out of stardust, hurtling on a rock through space. Don't be afraid of anything. My gosh, if you get a wild hair up your butt, go and see and do. Quit worrying about, well, they should have a job. They should be working day and don't they understand they have responsibilities they've got to take care of? And this just ain't going to work. That's just irresponsible. We had a whole generation of hippies telling everybody to turn on, tune in, and drop out. Well, when Generation X begins to adopt their disrespect for authority and begins to turn on, tune in, and drop out, whoa, now all of a sudden can't do that shit. Oh my gosh, and using a different religion too? Whatever in the world will happen to this great, wonderful country? Sitting around listening to the intellectual dark web, and if you haven't sat around and listened to the intellectual dark web, you're messing up. You need to be paying attention to all sides of everything that's going on in this world. Because there's going to come a point when it didn't fucking work. There's going to come a point when the best of intentions fail. There's going to come a point when your heart is broken and you're wondering who to blame. Stop with that stuff. The whole point of everything I've said about being a part of the world you live in, being a part of the environment, incorporating yourself into the environment you live in, keeping these gods at the forefront of your mind, it's not that you would be able to avoid emotional pain. It's not that you would be able to negate the pain that sometimes comes with living life. Bear up under the load. The point of it all is that all of a sudden you might at one moment in the darkest of times say, remember, for just a second, I'm made out of better shit than that. I got this. Sit down, have a little cry if you need to, stand up and keep fucking moving forward. Find a new adventure. I keep telling you, be your own hero, be your own legend, find your own adventure. I just, in a cancel culture where there's nothing too trivial for someone to be fucking offended about, to buck the trend in an act of rebellion would literally be to go out and do exactly what you want to do, whether people fucking like it or not. And it's got to come down to that at some point in your life. Are you going to be living the life somebody else tells you need to live? Is that how you want to go through the world? Living the life somebody tells you need to live? Your boss tells you, your wife tells you, the girlfriend that can't stand you fucking tells you, your kids tell you? And yet we're sitting here following this pagan faiths, all of these pagan faiths, and there are some amazing synchronicities happening across the board. People need to start being who they're supposed to be. The sun is fixing to return to the world. Are you going to let it shine on a shadow of what you could possibly be? Or are you going to step into the light and find your adventure, become who you're supposed to become, and be the legend in your own life? Stop living a walk-on role in someone else's world so you feel special about yourself. Start feeling special about yourself because it's inside you, because you begin to understand what all this means. Again and again and again and again, people have been told, you got something special in you. There's something divine inside of you. There's something worth letting out. There's a gift inside you. And the fucking best thing most people can come up with, well, I'm going to insulate myself from emotional pain. I'm going to have this steady, reliable job and everything is going to be okay. And I really don't, and everybody will approve of my actions. Fuck that. Step into the sunshine of your own life. One of the first acts of masculinity, the first act a man ever does to consider himself to be masculine, is to step away from the safety net of mother and father who love him simply because he exists, and make a decision they may or may not approve of, but one that will build his future. You're going to watch it on a fucking YouTube channel. You're not going to hear about it you're not going to take no red pill. And that red pill is just a huge styrofoam bubble so men don't have to have a broken heart because it's the biggest bunch of horse shit I've ever come across. Every day I look at that and I'm like, maybe I missed something. I don't think so. Matter of fact, I fucking know so. You want to know why? Because my name is Brian Wilton. At any rate, go do something. Go out and do something in your life that is wild, that is out of character, that is something you have wanted to do all of your life. The sun is going to shine again on this world. It's going to last a little bit longer and a little bit longer and a little bit longer. And then spring is going to emerge and then summer is going to emerge. Are you going to let that new life of this world, the world you live in, begin to emerge on the same old you? Or is it going to be somebody worth stepping into the light and somebody worth knowing and somebody worth having around and somebody worth loving and somebody worth believing in? That's the goal here. We're not worried about getting into heaven. We're not worried about the afterlife and all that kind of fucking horse shit. We live here right now. There's lessons to learn. There's things to do. Playing it safe ain't gonna fucking get you there. So go out there tomorrow, grab it by the nose and whip its ass, and everybody travel safely as they head home. Love on your family, look at your children, anticipate smiles on Christmas Day morning or Yule morning, or whatever you want to fucking call it, and look in their eyes and remember, I'm all they got. So if I'm going to take a chance, I'm going to make it a fucking good one. Now go out there and give it all you got.